Hello friends, good morning. It's August 10th, Saturday. Let me tell you something before I get into this topic. I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists. In fact, I hate when I hear one of those characters who find conspiracy in everything from moon landing to 9/11 attacks. All right? So I'm not one of those guys. But sometimes things just don't make sense. They just don't add up. And I believe in asking questions. This is one of those topics. So, as you probably heard, Jeffrey Epstein is dead, apparently by suicide by hanging in his prison cell. So, where do we start with this? First of all, how is it even possible to hang yourself in the prison cell? I just don't get it. Don't they have anyone watching you? Especially after his recent suicide attempt on July 23rd, I believe. It was only 2-3 weeks ago. Don't they put these high profile individuals like Jeffrey Epstein on suicide watch, especially after he tried to kill himself once before? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Second thing is, don't they have security cameras inside these prison cells or inside the prison? How come nobody knows exactly what happened? This is not one of those remote islands where, in the middle of nowhere. For God's sake, this is like a metropolitan correction center in Manhattan. Don't they have security cameras recording every move of these inmates? Again, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Now let's look at his personality a little bit, all right? Remember, he had been to prison before. I believe it was in 2008 when he was sentenced to 18 months after pleading guilty to charges of procuring underage girls for prostitution. His behavior back then was very different. He wasn't very apologetic. He wasn't like on a suicidal kind of mindset. Apparently, he was getting rich guy special treatment at the Palm Beach County Prison. He had a list of special officers helping him, and he had a lot of freedom to move in and move out. And I mean, you can look it up. You can find all those details. I'm not saying people don't change over a period of time. But if you look at his past behavior, it was not one of those suicidal type personalities. So all of a sudden, he starts trying to kill himself, and he killed himself. Well, and finally, this is probably the most important thing that stuck me here. Thousands of pages of documents from a lawsuit filed by one of his victims were released just yesterday. And these documents include some big names, you know what I'm saying? Like some senators and governors and some law professors and on and on. You can look it up. It's online. So the timing is very suspicious. Again, I'm not implying anything, man, here. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here. I'm simply pointing out some of the things. They just don't add up. They just don't make sense. All I have is the facts or things as reported in the public domain. That's all I have. I'm simply asking some questions because things don't make sense. Especially, he tried to kill himself 2-3 weeks ago, and how is it possible that nobody was watching him? So anyway, that's it for now, guys. What do you think? What's your opinion? What do you think happened in your opinion? Well, leave your comments below. Thanks for listening.